Okay, let's just call this "My Dog Needs a Buddy." That's what I call this video. I see this a lot. Matter of fact, I did this once. My first dog was, getting a buddy for another dog. If this is real common, and this is really a mistake. Some people can make this happen, but most can't. Let's see, you went out and bought a dog. You got your purebred dog, your fancy dog, or it's a rescue or whatever it is, and you're a great dog. He's your family dog and all this stuff. But he spends most of his time in your backyard by himself because you're busy. So you see him a little bit at night, or maybe in the morning, or the case is, and then you start getting this idea that, gosh, he's so bored back there. We're inside here watching TV, and he's looking through the window, and gosh, he seems so bored. So what do? Let's go get him a buddy. Well, the reason your dog was bored is you're not spending any quality time with it. You're busy. You should not have got the dog. But because you've got the dog and now you're not spending any time with him, you got this idea that he's bored, and he probably is. Most dogs are real sharp. They got to keep their mind full, and they're going to not get that in your backyard. So, and a lot of people think, well, I have a big backyard. Like that makes it 10 times better. They can be bored in a closet. They can be bored in 5 acres. Doesn't change anything. But if you are of the mindset, and this is one of those things where we just make this quantum leap into stupidity. You've got a dog that you're not spending enough time with, and that's the part you've got to get over. Well, we do what we can, okay, but you're not. The reason he's bored is you're not spending enough time with him, or someone isn't spending enough time with him. It would be cheaper to pay someone to go play with your dog. Anyhow, you're not spending enough time with the dog. He's bored, or so you think. So what do? You go and get him a buddy, probably another rescue, or maybe a smaller dog, or that other breed you wanted, or whatever, and you put him out there with your existing dog so they can be bored together. It's not improved anything. Nothing's gotten better. You have 2 dogs to feed, 2 vet bills, 2 dogs to clean up after, which actually when you get 2, it's like cleaning up after 4 dogs. 2 dogs to chew up your crap, 2 dogs staring at you at the window saying, we're bored. And if you continue with this form of logic, you're going to think they need a 3rd buddy. You see how stupid this gets? When you have the initial dog, which you really should not have gotten, but if you've already got him now, that's, you got your dog. You've got to do something to keep him, if you're thinking he's bored, then you need to change something. It doesn't have to be much, but you need to change something. Whether it was walking the dog, let him come in the house and watch TV with you. If you don't want to go out there with him, bring him in with you. Well, it's the outside. Well, you should have figured that stuff out. Throw the ball around. Play, let's say catch. You can't throw back. Play fetch. Do something while this dog's young that keeps him going. You got to keep their brain engaged a certain part of the day. If you look at a 12-hour, let's say you'll say a 12-hour span. If you gave that dog an hour of good attention, exercise, and all that, he'll sleep the 11 hours. Even the puppies. I mean, they burn it all quick, fast, and they're done. You watch them when they're little babies and their mom. They have all this activity, and then they're done. And so basically, you got to find a way to tap into that and use up that burst of energy. And so if you do something routine, whether it's walking the dog, or maybe running the dog, or playing fetch, or whatever it is, if you do it at the same time every day or twice a day, and do it for a certain length of time, and training a dog, if you spend a little bit of time in that time from training that dog, doing some sits, doing some stay, whatever it is, that keeps them going. That gives them something to think about. They're not quite so bored. You want to do enough activity when they've had enough that they're not bored. They're just going to sleep the rest of the day. It's what dogs do. They sleep. They're predators that way. They sleep or they're hunting something. So there's all kinds of things you can do to keep your dog busy. It doesn't take very long, but you got to, especially the younger they are, the more they need that. But when you go and you get I don't want that dog to be in the yard alone, and get the other dog coming to play, I mean, that's just stupid, because you're not changing the original dog's life in it. You just brought someone else to be in his cell with him. He's got a cellmate at that point. Now, I've seen people with huge backyards with ponds, with the trees, absolutely gorgeous backyard. You think this would be a dog's paradise, a sandy played area, and a complete setup for this dog. And the dog's sitting at the window looking inside watching television, trying to get inside the house. Okay? He's not given any activity, he's bored. Okay? I've seen individuals who had dog pens that were the size of your walk-in closet. And that dog would go in there and sleep for 10 hours. Get his break, go in and sleep another 10 hours. Because for an hour every day, that dog got worked. That dog got his training, that dog got his exercise, and he couldn't wait to get back into that closet. Okay, I'm not telling you to put your dog in the closet. But giving you this idea, people think if they get all this stimuli out there, I want him to have the yard and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But if you're not spending any time with him, he's not getting it. That's a waste of time. He doesn't need a big yard. He needs activity from his owner, his master. So if you spent more time with that one-on-one with the dog, and another thing too, this goes back to I got to do a video on this herd behavior stuff, pack mentality. The dog wants to be told what to do. Not nagged at, but he wants to be told what to do. He wants to be taught and trained. He's looking at you with that stupid look in his eyes that says, you know, he might say, I don't know what's going on here, but you want me to sit? I don't know how, but you got to show me. Do you want me to stay? Do you want me to stand over here? And then you get these energy breeds. These dogs are just full of energy. It's a little tough with them. But the dog's got to have a leader. If you've heard of Cesar Millan or the dog whisperer, that's the stuff he's talking about. This dog needs a leader. If you are not going to fill that void, you are going to have a problem with this dog. That's part of that boredom. That's part of the disobedience, dog tearing stuff up, because he's just ticked off because he ain't got a leader. Okay? So if you have that dog that's outside that window of that big yard, and he's by himself, and he looks bored, he's not telling you, I need a buddy. Okay? He's telling you, I need you. I need you. I need a leader. I need someone to come and show me how to be and how to do. Because if I were outside that fence, out there in the wild, that's what my world, that's what it would be like. I would hook up with a pack that I would learn my social order, social behaviors from that pack, and then maybe someday go out and create my own pack. But there would be a leader in that pack that would show me how to do that. And right now, you're supposed to be that leader, and it's not happening. So if you got that bored dog looking through that window at you watching TV, he's sitting there telling you, I got a piss poor leader and this sucks. Okay, I'm not trying to harp on anybody, but that's what it comes down to. Don't fall into that trap that you're going to get another dog. He needs a buddy or whatever. Okay, if you have any issue with a single dog now, when you get a second dog, you just double it. Okay. Another thing, there's no guarantee that your existing dog is going to get along with the new one. Because now he's already in a situation where maybe there's not a lot of leadership going where you're at. And now this new dog comes in. One of those dogs are going to have to play the game of who's going to be the leader. Your original dog or the new dog. And guess how they do that? By kicking the shit out of each other. By terrorizing each other. By dominating one another. Someone's going to lose in that equation. See, that's another part of the whole dynamic. When you have a yard with dogs in it, and it could just be two, you need to picture that as a prison yard. What do you think goes on in our prison yards? Who's going to rule this prison yard? Who's going to be the leading, which gang is going to kick enough butt to show the other guys that, hey, we're in charge here? That's all dogs are. That's all dogs do. Okay, that's the dark, dirty picture of it. So just something to kick around there. If you're one of these people that's got that lonely dog, get involved with that dog. Or get rid of it. Find a home for him. Find someone that wants that kind of dog, whatever. Get your life back. But if you can't be that, get into that leadership game, get that dog. If you think he's bored, you're not spending time with him. It's not about that he needs a buddy. It's about you need to get involved. You need to do something with that dog. Start training him, start exercising him, and it's not an all-day affair. Everyone needs to walk more. You need more exercise. Walk around the block, take the damn dog with you. Something simple like that. You're both winning now. Okay? Just something to consider. Thanks.